How we doing today, people? Upstate New York with a nice sunny day. Beautiful out. But here we are. We got the new wires on the Hyundai, new plugs, and come back from the airport the other day, and it started skipping. Had like a skip to it. If you go real slow with it, just feather it through the gears, you're fine. But the minute you try to put any demand on it, it's skipping. And code reader said it had a number 1 cylinder misfire, which I know the plugs are good, the wires are good. I pulled the plug out and checked it, and it was fine. What we have here, people, is where the coil pack goes. And I thought kind of that was the situation. And first of all, here's a new coil pack right here. And when I checked at the parts store, they said, oh, it's $72, you know. And at first you think, well, which is it? Each coil? No, you get this whole component here. You get the whole component for 72 bucks, which is both coils. Okay, and they've got them labeled here 1, right, 4, 3, and 2. Okay, and if you can look in here, I want you to see something, people. You see those brass elements down there? Okay, those are your contacts for your wires. Now, that being said, this was an old junkyard one I got out of a local junkyard here years ago, and it worked for a while. I noticed it before I changed the plugs. It was arcing right here. It was like coming across when in the dark I could see it. So I put some silicone here because I thought maybe it was just jumping across, and that fixed it for a while. But if I want you to look inside here, people, I don't know if you can see inside there. You see how nice that contact is on 4? Look at 1. I don't know if you can see that in there. It's all burned up. Let me see if I can get a little better look here. Well, you can't see the brass, right? And down in here, it's all corroded and cooked, which number 1 was the one that was giving me the issue. But down in here as well, both of these they're getting there. They're all green, and they're not going to be working that well. So I'm hoping that this situation is that this coil pack has seen its better days, and we're going to go ahead. It's really nice that they put this whole thing together for you, you know. It's basically you have 1 bolt here, okay, and you have 2 up front here on the front of the engine. And we'll go ahead and we'll give you an update on that as soon as I get it in. But little Susie wants a new coil pack, and that's what she's getting. Because as you know, I love my little Susie Q. And the price of cars right now, God only knows how much that to replacement car like that would be for an airport runner. But other than that, she's in good shape. You see the tires here. We put tires on the daughter's car last night. We swapped out her seasonal tires for her winter tires, and her husband's tires, we wound up pulling them off his Honda and putting brand new Bridgestone BlizzTechs on his Honda Civic. So they're going to enjoy that, I'm sure, with this slippery roads. But as you know, I have snows on the old girl here too, and they really run nice in the winter here. But yeah, we're enjoying it, people. We got people running up and down the roads. They're loving life, and they're loving the sunshine in upstate New York. But the situation is, we're going to go ahead and get this coil pack in, and we're going to get on down the road, people, because at the end of the day, you got to maintain your stuff. You know, you got to maintain it. And honestly, I don't mind. I'd rather do this, honestly, than sit around watching sports or something like that on TV. This is something productive. It keeps your mind active, and how do I put it? It keeps you, as I like to say, in the game. You know what I mean? But all right, Thanksgiving's coming, and as you know, that's my favorite holiday. And we're going to do a feast. We're going to have venison stuffing. We're going to have ham. Absolutely, I don't care what the price of ham is. We're having ham. And then we're going to do turkey, a small young turkey. I see our local store up here in Syracuse, Wegmans, they've got them on for like $1.68 a pound. And I I mean, let's be honest with you, if it was $4 a pound, I'm still going to have turkey because it's our favorite holiday, okay? So at the end of the day, hope everybody has a nice Thanksgiving. We're going to do an update. We're going to do a live video, I'm sure. And we'll give you a rundown on the feast. But it's beautiful out here in upstate New York. I mean, the northern half of the state is getting blistered right now with snow. But as you can see, I just want to show you, the Tacoma's sitting there proud. That's all been winterized and it's all been fluid filmed. I put, normally you put about a quart and a half on with the touch-up. I went through and put 3 quarts on that baby. She's definitely lubricated underneath. There'll be no salt attacking that one. And then we also keep that one off the roads in the winter as much as possible. And that's why we run little Susie. But look at the grass. You can see the beautiful grass. Next spring I've got to bring in some topsoil here and fill this patch in. But other than that, we don't have any snow here. The trees are bare. They're ready for the cold winter, and they're ready for the snowfall to come. And at the end of the day, I mean, here we are. It's beautiful out. And let me tell you something. I've always wanted a junkyard, people. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people keep their yards and everything picked up and prim and proper. If I don't have trailers and truck frames and everything else in my yard, I'm just not comfortable, okay? So a lot of people will say, look at all that junk. I say, look at all that beauty. There's projects, endless projects here, and I like it like that. I mean, there'll be plenty of times when you're sitting on the couch with a crocheted blanket and you'll be drooling on yourself someday, hopefully. But these are not them days. These are the days that you have things and projects and real steel and real pieces of material out in your yard, okay? So get out there, find a project on your property, get something done, and if you're a city dweller, you can always dream. You know, you can dream of a piece of property where you can do that. And sometimes your dreams are more vivid than your real life. But all right, people, go ahead and dream big and live large. But this is Bri. I've got to get on down the road.